Welcome back to Glad We Had This Chat, and this is Listeners' Questions with Davinia Taylor. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm 41 and going through the perimenopause. I'm completely exhausted and experiencing low moods that often make it hard to get out of bed or leave the house. My doctor has suggested I go on antidepressants, shocking, which I've taken before in my 20s but didn't have a great experience with. I would prefer to address my symptoms naturally. What are your tips for tackling the perimenopause without resorting to medication?
So she could actually go back to said doctor and say, any chance of looking at my thyroid? Mm-hmm. That could be something that's like lowering everything, because I find that most women seem to have had, particularly our generations, had their thyroid absolutely abused because of the pill, because of pregnancies, because of, guess what, perimenopause as well. So that might be something that might need medication. Mm-hmm. I mean, I take a thyroid support that I sell anyway, but it will work with levothyroxine, which can sometimes you can get tolerant to. So be careful of that, but it might be the boost she needs. Otherwise, definitely have a look at ketones as a brain fuel. That's what put the lights on for me, because I was flatline in bed. I couldn't be asked taking the baby for a walk. I'd go to Sainsbury's and I'd turn around if there wasn't a parking space next to the disabled. I'd just go, I'll order it online, because I couldn't be asked walking 5 steps.
Yeah.
So sack it. I was very sack it. So ketones really helped me. And you can get exogenous ketones now. They're quite expensive, but that might be a shot you need. It's called Delta G from Oxford University. They taste like gin. But that could be something she could look into, just to give her brain something. But otherwise, a cheap way to do it would be a teaspoon of MCT oil.
Oh, a cheap way. I like that. I'm in my late 20s and have been dealing with a flare-up of hormonal acne for the past year. It's frustrating and has really affected my self-esteem. I've tried various skincare products and treatments, but nothing seems to work consistently. I feel overwhelmed and embarrassed, especially when my skin flares up right before important social events. What are some effective ways to manage hormonal acne, both in terms of skincare and lifestyle changes? I'd love any advice on how to cope with the emotional side of this as well. Right, we've got no age. Late 20s. Fine, okay.
I wonder if she's got PCOS. I wonder if that's testosterone. I mean, there's a girl in our office who's got that actually, there's a supplement I mentioned earlier called DIM. Maybe she should speak to a practitioner about seeing if her liver's not clearing properly and there's hormones getting stuck in there. But it could be PCOS, polycystic, or it could be the fact that she's not detoxing her estrogen enough and it's getting stuck in the liver, which always reflects in the skin. A practitioner will help her talk through DIM and calcium D-glucarate, super easy to take.
And what kind of practitioner are you talking about?
I'd probably go for a functional doctor who'll get to the root cause rather than a regular GP who'll probably give you something for the acne. You want to know what's happening on the inside.
Why is it coming
first.
up?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when you've got things like stress and stuff, that sounds like she probably needs more GABA in her system. GABA is our anti-anxiety hormone. You can get that by taking L-theanine. L-theanine is an amino acid found in green and black tea, and you can buy it I sell it called Calm, but you can get it in most health food stores now. L-theanine, it really, really calms you down, particularly if you've got the EBGBs about an event. It's great.
And if skincare-wise, I would say don't change everything drastically. When people get spots, they tend to panic and go into drying out mode, and they use really strong cleansers. Really, they change from an oil-based moisturizer to a water-based moisturizer, so then their skin dries out and they have the spots. I would say you really need to look at your skincare, keep it basic, try a vitamin A, maybe get a prescription one like Dermatological or Skin and Me, but the stress will make it worse, and it's hard because you have to just keep going. In the short term, you have to buy good concealer if you're worried about people seeing it, but I do think it's different these days. I mean, there are loads of people in my office who wear the spot stickers. It's almost like a sign of pride. Imagine in our day, it was like conceal it, never look in the mirror, you'd die mortified. But now...
at school you had Clearasil sort of like stick. It was like bright pink. I mean, it was like...
I know, and now they're like, look at my big spots with all the stars on it and stuff. I mean, all power to them.
Yeah, power to them.
Better than being worried about it. My daughter is heading off to university soon, and she's expressed a desire to start taking contraception for the first time. As her mum, I want to support her decision, but I don't know what method of contraception to suggest. There are so many options available, and I worry about the side effects and health risks. I feel like this is a question for doctors, not us. What is the best option for a young girl entering early adulthood?
I think the coil, isn't it?
I was going to say the coil.
I mean, it's just
the coil. I mean, they'd still give you the hormones locally.
Yeah.
But you can. I mean, they don't even do the copper coil anymore. They don't even do it anymore. I had that when I was younger.
I mean, God, I wouldn't know what to do with my daughter, because I know that the pill does stop you absorbing vitamins. It can cause weight gain. It can cause depression. It can cause spots. It can wreck the thyroid.
But it also
stops you getting. Yeah,
It's a gamble.
It's like one of those, isn't it? It's one of those. It's like you've got to do what's right for you. I mean,
And also, I know this is a sideline, but if she's going to university, where all of that a few years ago, when the whole thing spiked with mumps again, it started at unis.
Yeah.
Because they go to uni, what do? They all start shagging. I would make sure that she is sleeping with someone who uses a condom.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Bag
Then,
up.
Bag up. Bag up, babe. I would say, buy her some condoms and say, I don't want to mess with my hormones just yet.
Yeah.
Strap on, babe, or we're not
Well,
going.
yeah, because I mean, imagine what weird.
You don't know what else they're going to have.
Oh, I know. Boys are gross, but like,
they really
gross.
are.
Ew.
My son and his wife practice gentle parenting. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. My son and his wife practice. Oh, this is the wrong people to ask. I'm just going to put this out there now, Mira from Leeds. My son and his wife practice gentle parenting with my 2 grandchildren. I look after them once a week and have noticed how sensitive they are and how they often get their own way. I know I may be called old-fashioned, but I'm concerned my grandchildren will grow up with no boundaries. Do you think it's better for children to be raised with tough love and discipline, or do today's more empathetic approaches make more sense to you? Why does everything have to be black and white? It's bang in the middle.
Yeah, it's a bit of both.
Bang
isn't it?
in the middle.
I mean, I'm sorry, but if my kid was running out in the street, gets a smack across the back of the legs.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Yeah, you're going to get hit by him bus.
Yeah.
And I can't help it because I'm scared.
Yeah.
But as long as I tell them, listen, I'm sorry I swore, sorry I shouted. I just thought you were going to get crushed by a bus, and then my life flashed before me.
Yeah.
I tell them if I lose
Because
my
if something
shit,
happens to you, I'll die.
Yes, exactly. I always tell them, whereas my dad used to just blow his top and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
I'd like try and say, sorry, boys. The reason why I'm kicking off about you not cleaning your teeth is, I mean,
Your
it
teeth
is
are gonna fall out
day,
every
though.
day.
It is every day. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that's manky.
I think it's bang in the middle. I have to say, I'm not someone who is. We use indoor voices.
No,
like
no,
if you're being a dick,
I?
I'm going to tell you you're
How
being a
can
dick.
I've never used an
So
indoor voice in
my
my friggin' life.
I have 2 grandchildren, coincidentally. I think I've been set up here. This might be my kid. This might be my kid. I have 2 grandchildren, and I would say I'm stricter on things like please and thank you than they are.
Yeah.
But I don't make a big deal of it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, please, thank you. But I also do it when they don't say it to their parents. But I don't think I overstep. And they're very well behaved. I mean, obviously, the boy can be feral. He's the second child. He's a boy. He supposedly throws himself off things. You're like, where's the kid? Oh, he's flying through the air. Great.
Of course.
You're like, rah! So but I think you can be in the middle. I'm not big on tough love. I think you should let little boys cry. You know, like it's all that kind of thing. But just be in the middle. You don't have to be all, oh no, we mustn't ever upset them. And life is a trigger warning. Life doesn't come with a trigger warning, babe. That's not how it happens. But equally, I think they like a routine.
Yeah.
Like my daughter-in-law got a sleep trainer in. Best thing, she's a genius. Those kids sleep from 6:30 to 7.
Oh my God.
12 and a half hours, not half an hour.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
They love their sleep. They have a routine. They go down, and they have their moments of being wild and stuff. But my kids they've done a great job. You know,
the best lesson you can give them is sleep. I mean, just to be able to sleep. That's my
number one advice. When you have a baby and people are like, oh, they're asleep on me, get that kid off you and put it in its own bed. Because if it's on you, you're never going to get a night's sleep. And if you don't sleep,
I had one of the cot that attached.
Right?
And I just
yeah, you like that.
But actually, by the time number 4, there was no car seats, nothing, no baby gates, nothing. It was just like fend for yourself.
Yeah, literally. Like, hold on, strap on.
Yeah,
literally. I mean, I remember, but it is with the little one. Like, I remember the boys would put Max on a duvet. And they would so there's 10 years between the 2 groups. So they're 2001 and 2004 and 1991 and 1994. So for, 4 or 5 months out of the year, there's exactly 10 years between both groups. And they would be literally putting the quilt. And Max, my baby, would be going down on this front like this. And I'd be like, wah!
They're so tough.
I think now it's just... But Max is like the chilled. He's the chill one.
Yeah, completely.
He's the chill one. He's the one that everyone gets on with. He's just Mr. Chill. His favourite animal is a sloth.
Lovely.
That's Max. Okay. That's the gentle parenting. We said no.
No.
My 10-year-old has just been diagnosed with ADHD, and I want to know how best to help him manage his symptoms at home and at school. He has trouble focusing and often feels frustrated with himself. What can I do to help him? Oh, God.
Okay, so first of all, the school have got to step in. There's a really good company called the Sunshine Support who help you navigate the bullshit and the bureaucracy.
Wow. We never had any of this.
No. And they are amazing, and they've been fabulous with me. And fabulous at showing me how really bad the system is.
Oh, yeah.
And how the schools just go,
just pay more attention.
But beyond that, they've got a special classroom and they end up isolating them, I mean, it is ridiculous what's going on. So Sunshine Support Group, they're really good. I think they're based in Sheffield. I've had her on a live before. head there, because it's not always medication that's needed.
No.
If I could get my son who's got ADHD on a ketogenic diet or more ketogenic, I would do, but I can't because he's in school.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
There's
I can
no
do
point.
about it.
No.
You know, so I just give him as much protein as I can. I give him as much keto powder as I can in the protein. He likes, we've got a protein powder that it's like Oreo flavor. I made it because he likes it. I mean, that's ridiculous to bring out a whole protein with 1,000. But I'm thinking if my son likes it, at least he's getting the
people's kids will
amino
like
acids,
it. Yeah.
and at least he's getting MCTs that convert to ketones that sit in his brain. And you know what? I'm just not going to sweat. If he doesn't get all his GCSEs, freaking hell.
See,
I've never
that's
used
key.
the GCSE in my life.
No, that's key for me, is the pressure we put on kids.
Yeah.
So my main takeaway would be, you have to remind the school that the kid's got ADHD. It is a real thing. People say it's overdiagnosed. I think it's just diagnosed.
Yeah.
It's not overdiagnosed. It is what it is. And let the kid chase their passion. Don't force them to do maths
German.
if they love biology.
I know,
If they love
well.
biology, throw everything you can at them with the biology.
I mean, as soon as my son shows a slight inclining for, say, history, I'm like, right, that's it.
Henry
Horrible
VIII.
histories, yeah, and he's like, well, steady, chill out. I only mentioned the Tudors in passing.
I
mean,
think
I'm like,
the Tudors is a great
Yeah,
in there.
they're the
Everyone
best
loves
ones.
the
Everyone
Tudors.
loves the Tudors, yeah.
Everyone loves the beheading.
Yeah, well, why not? Cool, I could have done with a bit of that when I was getting divorced. But anyway.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm 52 and have recently started HRT 3 weeks ago. I'm experiencing unexpected side effects such as anxiety and headaches. I'm feeling overwhelmed and unsure if I should continue, as I'm yet to see any benefits. Should I stick it out?
I wonder if she's got that progesterone intolerance, because some people have that.
And they usually put you on progesterone first, which is weird.
That's an odd one. And I
It's
think you should
weird.
put testosterone in first.
Put
Freaking hell.
testosterone in first.
Yeah.
And although you don't need one, they say you don't need a blood test to get medication for HRT. No, but you do need a blood test to get the right medication. I had to go private.
Yeah, of course.
I had to go private. I
course.
just had to. I went to the
But,
NHS. They gave me the bog standard.
Yeah, but they don't learn about it in med school. Like they don't learn about
Half a
nutrition.
day.
So
Half a
I mean,
day.
yeah, funny in that. But yeah, if I were her, I'd start looking at symptoms of progesterone intolerance and maybe take
You
that
have
the
to be your
doctor
own
and just-
advocate. And
Yeah,
also
you
there's
do.
like the Balance app, which is Dr. Louise Newsom. There's loads of doctors that I follow online. You can probably find them through me, because most of the doctors I follow are menopausal doctors.
Yeah.
So you can go to my Instagram, look at who I follow. There's any female doctor is either a derm or a vag doctor.
Did you do vag doctor? Balding vag doctor.
Danny DeVito
Don't
vag.
Did you do a Dutch test? You know, the dry urine test?
No.
You didn't do that?
What's that?
Okay, so that's where it shows you your metabolites of hormones. It's better than a blood test, which will only show you a snapshot in
How
that
do I get one
moment
of
in
them?
time.
I mean, I'm already hooked up, but
But it's just interesting to see what you're
Yeah.
metabolizing and what your liver's doing. Like I was
Yeah.
talking about,
Yeah.
estrogen getting stuck in the system. Dutch, nothing to do with Holland. Just
No.
dry urine hormone
Something,
testing.
yeah.
Yeah, Dutch test. You can get them. Most practitioners will do it. Like I'm sure Louise will do it. Yeah, it's really interesting that. It's a bit faffy,
Yeah.
like weeing on a stick.
no, it's
your
not.
First
You've had
wee
4
and that.
kids.
Yeah,
You can have to be anywhere.
Yeah,
I can
it's
pee
true.
into a bucket from a mile
You're
away,
right,
mate.
into a can on
I'm
the
like,
M6.
here I am, there we go.
I've literally done it in a can on the
Literally.
M6. Yeah.
Do you know what I love is when
Sexy.
people come out, when you're in the antenatal bit of a hospital and you see the girls coming out the toilet and you think, I'm not shaking your hand for the next 2 hours. You
Scary.
know where your hands had to go.
Yeah.
We know what it entails.
It's awful.
It's not like a bloke. Aim.
It's really horrible.
Try and catch.
I mean, it's
Trying
horrible.
to catch.
It's horrible.
It's like trying to catch water, turning a sprinkler on and going, get a bit of that.
It's awful. I mean, have we not evolved from
No,
this? Can we not-
go pee into that pot that's made for a man.
Yeah. No.
It's long shape, it's phallic shaped.
the patriarch again.
Again, I'd like something a bit more bucket shaped, please.
Wider.
A bit wider, like Mean Girls.
Fucking
So I
bullseye.
thought I have a one-set vagina and a heavy flow. The other thing I would say is, if you are experiencing side effects, and I would say keep constant conversation with your doctor. I had to go back 3 times before I got the right fit for me. I would also say, as much as you do not want to, get off your arse and go for a walk. Just get off your arse and do something. Because when I was 52, I was much younger with me. I started HRT at 50, but I was definitely perimenopausal from like early 40s onwards. I had no energy to do anything. And I think if I had started then taking care of myself the way I am now, my last 10 years would have been massively different.
I agree. And I was someone who hated, I still hate walking actually. I prefer jogging. So what I always
Can't
say
relate.
to my followers.
Hard, can't relate.
But it
I feel
is-
like my bladder would fall out going back to the bladder.
But that's another thing, because obviously I've had 4 kids, but when I started running it, I used to run around Hyde Park and there's like 5 loos. I used to stop at everyone and it's 20p. And to spend a penny,
I love how tight you are. I love it.
I know. No, I'm jumping. So I'd jump the bollards and then I'd have a week. But then, only after a couple of weeks, I'd miss one out.
Miss one out.
And then I've done a marathon without it.
You get stronger.
But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So my tip is to get starting running. First of all, look at nootropics because all movement begins in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't begin in your legs or your feet. It begins in the brain.
Yeah.
So if you have dopamine, you will go for a run. And my thing is get 3 of your favourite songs.
Yeah.
Like yours would be like Duran, wouldn't it?
I've got a good dance playlist. I wouldn't run to Duran Duran.
But I mean, I don't know.
It's not boppy enough, really, for me.
Well, I mean,
I need rock music. I would run to rock music. And the aggression. The aggression.
So what my thing is, and how I got going was I walk for the verse and jog for the chorus, and that's 3 songs. That's 15 minutes. Your 3 favourite songs. I used to really like. I used to get goosebumps from Huey Lewis and the News. You know, I think it was the soundtrack to Back to the Future. It reminded me
Power of Love.
Yeah, it reminded me of Junior Disco and trying to get off.
How
with
funny
someone.
is that?
And so that took me right with that emotional memory. Boom, clicked in an emotional response. My brain chemistry changed, and I was able to jog through joy for that chorus.
Yeah,
and that's only about 30 seconds.
When did you start running?
So that would be. It was, well, because Matt started doing his flipping bro stuff, I was like, well, I'm going to do it as well. But it was only when I started that MCT, it's only when I realised that nootropics worked for me, that I could use caffeine and L-theanine to motivate myself. I started doing hot and cold showers. I started using an infrared sauna. All of a sudden, that, boom, changed everything.
And how old were you?
About 36.
So how long ago was that then?
So that's 10 years.
Wow. Only 10 years. You look like you've been running for all your life.
And I've not. Running to the pub. I mean, that was it.
Fair. Okay, we're doing a this or that. This is quick fire.
Sure, I know, because I do go off.
Okay, you ready? Some of you are going to be like, nothing. It's absolutely fine. Just answer what you think.
Okay.
Boots or Superdrug?
Boots.
Bold eye or bold lip?
Eye.
Dewy or matte skin?
Dewy.
Yeah. Lipstick or lip gloss?
Lipstick.
Oh, really? What lip did you like?
I've got one that I've had since...
Don't say
probably
1982.
1995. And it's this, literally Body Shop had the neutral one and it's got a slightly blue hinge to it. And I had to now use the Kiko one. And then I've got L'Oreal and it's like a sort of... It's come off now.
Nudie pink type thing.
Nudie pink, and I've had it since I was 15. Wow. It's pathetic. I've tried a red lip, I look awful. And another thing is I've tried my hair down and I look awful. I do look awful.
I would disagree, but
okay.
okay.
I do look awful. I'll take it down. You go, oh yeah, it doesn't suit you.
Put your hair up. God, you're offending me. My eyes.
Like a drip. Anyway.
Okay, AM routine or PM routine?
AM.
What'd you do in the morning?
That's when I'm like really aggressive and getting ready to go out.
I must make my coffee and do my run.
And run and yes, I am the best mum in the world. Go off. Yeah,
move your shoes.
Yeah, and
brush
you
your
know
teeth.
what? I've just realised I didn't ring up the school to say Jude's not going to be in for swimming. That's the last thing he said to me last night.
Oh no!
Before I put him to bed, please, I don't want to do swimming tomorrow. I said it's all right. I'll pull a sickie for you, and I've not. So he's had to do swimming in someone else in the borrowed kit.
Oh, you're a terrible mother.
When I get home, Jude's going to kill me.
Makeup brush or makeup sponge? Fingers.
Yeah.
Fingers.
Yeah, these things.
City break or country escape?
City.
Shopping online or shopping in store?
It's a bit of both.
Where would you do clothes? Because you hate clothes.
I'd probably TK Maxx, Zara. And then I just end up with more stuff. And then I get to the queue and then I leave it. And then I go home with nothing. And then I end up online.
Okay,
because
great.
I don't have patience.
I can't queue. And in Zara, when they've got this new big whole thing where they want you to do it yourself, I'm like, I don't fucking work here.
No.
Where's the staff?
No, exactly.
You want me to spend, but potentially not me, but I could be spending hundreds of
billion
pounds and you want me to
Yeah.
serve myself, you cheeky fucking
bastards,
billionaire
yeah.
bastards.
Yeah.
Anyway, dogs or cats?
Dogs. Oh, but I had cats. I had Roxy. Roxy lived with me in Supernova Heights, the things she's seen.
Oh,
she was
yeah.
21 and she died.
Yeah,
I
our
mean,
cats died at 21, 22.
Really? Like,
They didn't have quite the same excitement as your cat.
No, she was just looking at all
Bopping
this
and smoking.
lunatics. Yeah, she must have had. I mean, the passive smoking situation was just. I mean, ooh.
Heels or flats?
I'm afraid to say gazelles right now. It's always flats, and that's pathetic.
Flats. Shoes or bags?
Oh, shoes.
You like a shoe? I like a handbag.
I should have a bag, but I just don't do bags, and then I forget everything. I just have a back pocket.
Probably because you don't have a bag.
No, I'm like, I'm going to buy a bag, and then I don't, and then I leave things in the wrong bag. It's chronic. It's chronic. I mean, I literally walk out the car with like stuff like this. There's a massive problem with me and a bag. If I just had a bag, my life would be great.
Just get a rucksack.
I've got a little rucksack.
Okay.
Comes with me.
Yeah.
And I've got all my kombucha and
then you don't have
in
to
there.
worry about your hands forgetting it because it's strapped to your
Well,
back.
that's exactly what I do.
Literally. I love that you've got a rucksack for your kombucha. Night in or night out?
In. Can't do out.
Amazing.
Knackered. Although I'm going to Hacienda in December just for a bop because it starts really early at like 2:00 and finishes at like...
Wow.
I mean, I leave at 10 and I just like go and have
I
a little
love that.
rave, look at all the old faces. And
There's,
are we still on it, love?
There's a new candle company that do candles all in the names of the clubs.
I saw it
WAG,
with the Hacienda.
And I was like, no, the Hacienda smelled like Elnet, smoke,
Silk
and
cut.
poor life decisions, and silk cut.
Yeah, and there was a corner of weed. I remember it. that weed
The
corner.
Hacienda is the only venue I've ever been pulled out the front from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, get me out of this too much.
Oh, really? Oh, I love that.
I got pulled out the front back in the day.
I still hear it now.
Like you're like, am I deaf or am I just blind and deaf?
Yeah, everything.
Everything. Like, don't. No.
Oh, I love
not
it.
these
Actually,
days.
I've got a candle for you. I have got a candle for you, which is a
thanks very much.
moisturiser as well.
Oh, thanks very much. Don't mind
So
if
there
I
you
do.
go. Yeah.
Ice bath or sauna?
Or sauna, but I need to have an ice bath to chase it for the high. So it's
I
both.
see. It's chasing that
But
dopamine.
naturally, I will go. Oh yeah, let's have a nice sauna.
Run a marathon or climb a mountain?
Or run a marathon. EBGBs up there.
Nando's or Wagamama's?
Neither.
What's your takeout? If you do a takeout,
If we're going to do it properly, it'll be just skanky Chinese down the road.
Okay,
It'll
great.
just have to be.
Yeah.
Just like if we're going to go for
sweet
it.
and sour chicken and
lot.
the usual.
Yeah, the
And
usual.
the next day you'll be like, I feel like
Well,
death.
yeah,
I'm going to
but,
have to take
I've
everything.
got a supplement called Rise and Shine that you take before and after, and it helps to get rid of that food hangover.
Sure,
So,
it's less of your hangover.
yeah.
Sweet or savoury?
A little bit greedy, kind of sweety savoury.
Bit of both.
Bit of
Bit
both.
of
I'm
both.
kind of like thinking, yeah, cranberry on like turkey and
So
stuff.
I could go from like a hot baguette with butter, salted butter,
Yeah.
where it's just like, I mean, that's porn, to a Ben & Jerry's cookie dough.
Well, this is it. I always have to finish strong. That's why I brought out my protein with this, like, because you know when people go, oh, have a slice of dark chocolate.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, fuck off. No, so my protein tastes of dairy milk. And people go, oh, it's too sweet for me. I'm like, oh, fuck off and have a handful
Well,
of
I don't
nuts.
think it's sweet.
I know, because we've got chav palates, clearly. High street, like liquid wham bar, please. You know, I know.
How did we not
Really.
lose teeth?
I've no idea. They were like,
How did we not lose teeth?
I mean, they were
Fillings. I understand losing fillings, but how did the teeth stay in our head?
I have no idea.
Wham bars.
What were they
Can't buy
even
'em
made
now.
of? What were they even made of?
Something nuclear.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Don't let me down here. Okay. Don't go all fucking healthy on me.
Okay.
What's your favourite sandwich?
God,
if you're gonna have
if
a
you're gonna have
sandwich.
it, probably. I really like hot, like roast beef. Probably put from the day before.
Yeah.
With loads of butter, some like salt and everything, with a side of like, and then chucked in the microwave with a side of gravy as well, and then I just mop it up. Basically, it's leftovers.
A
Leftovers
leftover
roasted in it, but
sandwich.
in a massive bread with butter, salt. Yeah.
Salt, bread and butter, the Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity with beef.
Okay. With beef.
With beef.
Davinia Taylor, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me again. Yes, I love it here. I love it here.